Hello everyone, welcome to our session. I hope you are doing good and you are safe in this pandemic situation. In our today's session, we are going to deal with one project, okay, that is a simple to-do application with JavaScript. Let me introduce myself first. I am Bhaskarasai Chitturi, a trainer and a freelance developer with Meanstack Technologies, and I am mastered in JavaScript and Java also. I hold my master degree in computer science from the Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati. Okay, why are waiting, man? Let's dig into our project, right? Yeah. To develop the simple to-do application, we need three things. First one, code editor and live server and browser. I am using VS Code as my code editor for this entire session. If you are not downloaded yet, download the VS Code from the code.visualstudio.com. It's official website. It is a cross-platform editor. That means you can download it for Windows, Linux and Mac as well. Okay. And I'm using live server extension in the VS Code. Okay, I'll explain it later. And I'm using the Mozilla Firefox as my default browser. Okay, let's go. And we need three files to build our application, that is index.html, style.css and script.js. Index.html, you know it, index.html is used to write the HTML code, and style.css is used to write the CSS part, and script.js is used to JavaScript code. Okay, so let's create those files. Before creating those files, I am creating a folder with the name of to-do application in my desktop. To-do app, and open this folder and go to the navigation tab and type the CMT to open this folder on the command prompt, and type the code space dot. After successful installation of Visual Studio Code, you will get this shortcut in the command prompt. If you type code space dot in your command prompt, it will the folder open automatically in the Visual Studio Code. Okay, and hit the enter. Here you go, Visual Studio Code is open. Here is our folder, okay, to do app. In this folder I am creating three files. As we know, index.html and style.css for writing the CSS part, and script.js to write the JavaScript part. Okay, yeah. So write the basic HTML code structure. Okay, I am using the MS in this entire session. MS is a software, or MS is a extension which will automatically comes from the Visual Studio Code, which helps us to writing a faster code. Okay, so I am clicking on exclamatory mark and I hit the enter. The basic code structure of HTML got appear in our page, and I am changing the title of the page as to do app, to do space app. Yeah. So next thing, we need to connect the style sheet and script file to our index file, right? So to connect the style sheet, you have to type the link colon CSS. It will automatically links the style.css file to our index.html. Okay, so we need script also. We need to connect the script also. So I am typing script tags, and here you have to use the src attribute. In this attribute, type the script.js which we created. Okay, so we need to check, right, is these files are connected or not. So for that, I am writing the basic CSS for the body tag, entire body tag. So BGC stands for BG color, and I am using gray color for my background, C1. Yeah. Okay, click on the save and write the basic function in the JavaScript, that is alert, which is annoying us, but yeah, we have to write it for just checking purpose. hello world. Yeah, save. Okay, so we have to use the live server, right? So for using the live server we have to install it from the extensions. Click on the extensions and type live server. Search for live server. Live server, where it is? Yeah, here it is. Actually I installed the live server in my Visual Studio Code, that's why it didn't show me the icon to install it. Okay, so if you are not installed it, it will show icon like this. Click on install. Okay, yeah, actually I installed it, right? So that's why it's showing uninstall. Okay, so don't uninstall it, we have to use it. Okay, after successful installation, close the extension and click on the right click on the mouse and open with live server. It will automatically open it in the default browser. Okay, so we get alert box which we write in the script file. That means our JavaScript is successfully connected to our HTML page, and click OK, and the background color is gray. That means our style sheet also successfully get connected. Okay, so we can write the HTML part now. To write the HTML part we need the container first. Okay, so I am writing div.container which will create a div with the name of container. Okay, here we go. This is the MX, guys, and I need another div with the class name of controls. Yeah, click on the it will automatically create it. Okay, now we have to write the heading of our app. What is the heading? My to do app. My to do app. So I want breaks here, page breaks. So I am using BR and BR here. Okay, so let's see for the output. Yeah, we got it. My to do app, right? Yeah, you can continue with the code. So first of all we need an input box to get the input from the user and two buttons as well. Okay, so that's why I am using the form to collect the data from the user. So in the form I am using the input tag, input type equal to text. So we have to read the text, right? So and that's why I am using the type text, and you have to put the ID is equal to what we call item. Okay, so item is the ID, and write the placeholder. We need the placeholder also. Okay, so enter a to do. Okay, so see the output. Yeah, we got it. Enter a to do. Okay, so you have to close the input tag and click on and type the 1BR tag. Okay, we need page break again, and we need buttons. Okay, we need buttons like add to do, and we have to mention the type of the button is button. Type of the button is type button, and I have to give the ID also, and I'm giving ID as add. Okay, so we need another button. Okay, this button is for add to do, and we have to write the button for remove to do also. Okay, we have to delete the done to do, right? Yeah, so remove to do, and change it. We have to change the ID also, right? So those are must be different. And add to do with the name of ID add, and remove to do with the name of ID remove. Okay, so we successfully build the form. Okay, so it is annoying us here. Here you go, we got two buttons and an input box. Okay, so we need to remove this alert box. Actually it is annoying us. Yeah, so we are done with a form tag, right? Now we have to display the to do list For that I am using another div. We need another div also, which with the class name items, div class name items. Okay, so I want to show the all the to dos in the list, in another list. Okay, so I am using another list ul hash my list. I want another list with the id my list, so that's why I am using hash. Hash stands for id, right? Yeah, ul, we got it. Okay, so we have to write the list items, that means li tags in, right? So in li tag, sorry, li with the class name of list item, list item. Yeah, we got it. Okay, in the li we need a checkbox and a label. Okay, why we need a checkbox? We need a checkbox for clicking on it, because is it completed or not. Okay, so that's why I need input type equal to checkbox. Okay, after checkbox we need a label for it, right? Label. Okay, label means write any basic to do, like go to college. Okay, so here you go. Okay, we got it, right? This is the checkbox and this is the label and this is the list item. Okay, yeah, and I want to write another list item also. Yes, go to college, so I remove this and had a breakfast. Okay, so I am writing checked here because I want to check this breakfast. Okay, so here you go. Okay, that means I had completed my breakfast, so that's why I automatically clicked on the checkbox. Okay, yeah, so we are done with all the HTML part. Okay, so we have to write the CSS. Actually this is in this session we are not concentrated on CSS, right? So that's why I skipped the CSS part. Okay, so I copied the CSS from my past project. Okay, so this is my past project CSS, so I copied it and pasted it on our style.css file. Okay, so let's check. Okay, yeah, we got the to do app. Okay, so actually there is a space in between these two containers, right? So I'm using break tags to fill that space. Oh, I didn't get it right, so I cut it and I place it here. Yeah, okay, so this is our basic structure of our to do application. Okay, so now we have to write the JavaScript part. We completed the HTML and CSS part. We have to write the JavaScript part. First of all, I want to delete the done to do. Okay, actually I had done my breakfast, that's why I checked it out. Okay, I checked it out. Done to do's must be removed, right? So done to do's must be removed, so that's why I have to first of all write the remove to do. Okay, remove to do function. Yeah, let's go to the JavaScript, and in this JavaScript first of all we need to read these three buttons. Okay, sorry, two buttons. We need to read it. Add to do, remove to do. Okay, we need to read it, and again we have to add the event listener for it. Okay, so I am writing JavaScript where add button, to read the add button is equal to views document dot get element by id, because we are using IDs, right? So what's ID? I forgot it here. It is ID. Yeah, add button have ID add. Okay, so add. For add button we need to have the event listener, right? So click on the add button and add event listener. Okay, so add event listener. Which type of event listener we want? Okay, this is button, right? So user have to click it and we have to catch it. So that's why I'm using the click function. Click. Okay, whenever the user clicks on the add button, we have to call the one function, that is add item. Okay, which we have to write it somewhere on this JavaScript. Okay, we will write it later. And we have to write it for remove button also. So where remove button, which is long here. So again, document dot get element by id. Okay, so we have to read the remove button as well. So that's why id name remove. So remove to do button has id remove. So we have to write it remove. Okay, so we have to add the event listener for remove button also. Remove button dot add event listener. Add, it is also a button, so that's why we are writing a click and delete item. Okay, it is a function. Delete item and add items are two different functions. Okay, whenever the user clicks on the add button, the add item function must be called. Okay, whenever the user clicks on the remove button, the delete item function must be called. Okay, so we have to write those two functions, right? So I am writing it function space add item. Sorry. Okay, so I am logging it console.log. Okay, so write something. Add button is clicked. Yeah, so we need another function also with the name of delete item function. Delete item. Yeah, so write the console log here also, console.log. Okay, delete button clicked. Button is clicked. Okay, so let's check these functions are called or not. Okay, so for this we have to open the console, right? So console, here is the console. Click on the add to do. Yeah, add button is clicked, and click on the remove to do. Delete button is clicked. Yeah, we got it. We successfully add the event listener for both add button and remove button. Okay, now we have to write the deleted function completely. Okay, we have to delete the done to do's. Okay, this to do is already done, so that's why we have to remove it. Okay, so whenever the user clicks on the remove button, we have to delete the done to do's. Okay, for that I have to write some code. Okay, so what's that? Actually we have to read the ul and li also. Okay, we have to read the unordered list and list item also. So that's why where ul is equal to what is the id of ul, what is the id of ul id is my list. Okay, so document dot get element by id, document dot get element by id, use the my list to read the unordered list. Okay, and declare the list item also. Okay, it is globally we declared it, so we can use it in any function. Okay, so come to the delete function. We have to delete the files, right? So li is equal to ul dot children. Okay, ul dot children. Okay, what is inside this, what is about these children? Okay, so for that you have doubt, I think. So for that I am using console log and printing this li. Okay, yeah, good. Click on the remove tool. Here we got the collection. Okay, so list items, we got the list items. Okay, So which is a list items. This is the first list item and two list items. We got two list items, right? 0 and 1 of length 2. We got two list items. Here we have a two list items. Okay, yeah. For assigning those list items into li, I wrote the li is equal to ul dot children. Okay, actually we need the for loop here to do, to loop the all the children. Okay, to loop over all the children we need the for loop. Actually for, yeah, here is the for loop. So why, yeah, we have to write the li length, not li dot length. Okay, we have to run the loop over li 0 to up to the length of li. Okay, so constant element equal to li dot index. Okay, so again log it, console dot log. We have to check it, right, what is inside the element. So element, yeah, here we got the list items. Okay, these are all the list items. We got it, where it is. Here is the HTML part. Okay, li list item input box label. Okay, here. Okay, right now we got it, what is the inside of element also. Okay, actually we are getting lot of things, right? We are getting lot of things in the li tag. Okay, but we have to remove only, actually we are getting two tags, two LIs. Okay, but we need only one li which is done. Okay, which is checked. So that's why I am writing another loop here. Okay, so where I am, so I am writing the while loop here, while. Okay, so we have to check the checked li. Okay, this is the checked li, we need to read this, so that's why I am writing li at index dot children of 0. Okay, so we have to check the, is it checked or not. So checked, so right, checked. If it got checked, okay, so we have to remove this. So ul dot remove, if the ul is, sorry, if the li is checked li, we have to delete it because it is done. So li of index. Okay, yeah, so we write something. Okay, let's take it out. Okay, I selected had a breakfast and click on I'm clicking on remove to do. So I missed something, nothing is happening. Why? Actually, okay, the page is slowing down your browser, what you'd like to do. Oh, okay, I got some error in my browser, I think so. So script is terminated by timeout, delete item. I think I wrote li dot index is equal to done. Check. I remove this. What's happening to me? So I have to check it out. Just wait, guys. It may happen. Your PC is slowing down your browser. Okay. Debug the script. I think I'll write some Okay. So I have to write ul dot remove child. So this is the thing. I have to write, we have to delete the child, right? So that's why it's showing some error. Okay, yeah. Now go to the console and click on the remove to do. Okay, actually remove to do is deleted. Okay, successfully we are done with it. Okay, successfully we deleted the done to do. Okay, but there is a one error, can't access property children. Okay, li index is undefined. So when we are writing the while loop, we have to check the li of index also. Okay, so li index itself. So sorry, so we need to check the index itself. What's happening? Yeah. Okay, so select the one li and click on the remove to do. Okay, so there is no error. That means we are successfully deleted the done to do's. Okay, yeah. So now we have to write the add to do function. Okay, if user writes something here and click on the add to do, it will automatically add it to the unordered list. Okay, so we have to write the function here. Okay, so delete the console log which we write earlier. Yeah, I deleted it. So we need to check, so we need to read the input, right? So read the input as where item is equal to, sorry, document dot get element by id. Okay, so I have to know the id of the input. Id of the input is item. Okay, we have to read that item. Okay, item dot value, we need the value, right? So that's why add value. So not node value, only value. Okay, so we successfully read the input text. So console log it item for just checking purpose we are getting it or not. Okay, so enter a to do like buy a bread. Okay, I want to add it. So buy a bread, we successfully printed it, right? So that means we successfully read the input tag. Okay, yeah, so we successfully read it. Now we have to read the ul tag also. Okay, where ul is equal to document dot get element by id. Okay, document dot get element by id. What is the id of ul? Okay, I write it here. Okay, my list. Actually I am creating again and again, I don't know why. Well, let's leave that. Okay, so just we created the unordered list also. Okay, so now we have to create a one text node. Okay, one text node, create where text node is equal to document dot create text node. Document dot create text node. Okay, document dot create text node, and we have to insert the input in those text node. Okay, so that's why we write the item here. Okay, so whenever the user enters the input, we will catch it with this item and we inserted it item into this text node. Okay, so now we have to read the so we successfully read it, right? Now we have to check for the input, is it valid or not. Okay, if the input is empty, we have to show one error to the user. Okay, so if item is equal to empty, we have to alert the user, please enter a to do. Okay, please enter a to do. Okay, so whenever the user clicks on the empty input, okay, whenever the user clicks on the add button on empty input, okay, we have to alert the user, please enter a to do. Okay, so actually we have to get it. So again I missed something, I think so. Okay, so I have to write the item double equal to, okay, triple equal to, sorry. Okay, we have to compare it, right? We are using two strings, so that's why we have to compare it, right? Yeah. So let, okay, please enter a to do. Actually I didn't enter anything on the input box, and I clicked on the add to do, so that's why it's showing please enter a to do. Okay, so it's working perfect. So if input is not empty, we have to write the else part, right? So in else part we have to create one element, that is LA, because we have actually we created UL here, right? We created UL here, okay, and we have to create the one list item, right? So that's why I am creating one element called LI, where LI is equal to document dot create element, document dot create element, okay, with the message. So we have to write the LI, sorry, not message. Okay, we are creating an element, okay, we are creating an element which is an LI, okay, with the name of LI. Okay, don't get confused. I am using the clear variable names, okay, because I don't want to confuse myself. Okay, yeah. So we need one checkbox, right? Because here every list item has two things. One is checkbox, another one is label. So we have to create the checkbox also. So where checkbox is equal to document dot create element. Okay, document dot create element hash input. We need checkbox, right? Checkbox. So checkbox is which type? Input type. So that's why we created one input tag. After the input tag we have to mention the type of the input. Okay, so checkbox dot type is equal to, in the double quotes or single quotes, type checkbox. First of all we created input tag here and we applied the type here. Okay, we created input tag and type also. Okay, so we are set, okay, we are created an input tag and which is a type checkbox. Okay, so now we have to add the ID, right? So every input have some ID. Okay, so every input have some ID. Okay, is it not mandatory? Yeah, you can add it. Okay, so I am creating a checkbox with the ID check. So that's why I have to use the checkbox dot set attribute. Okay, I want to set the attribute ID as check. Okay, this is the property. Okay, I want to add the ID to the input box. So input checkbox as check. Okay, so we have created the checkbox here. Okay, so actually I am commenting this checkbox creating. Okay, we are done with the checkbox creating. Okay, now we have to create the one label. Okay, because every list item has two things. One is checkbox and another one is list item. Okay, so where label is equal to document dot get element, sorry, create element as label. We have to create the label, right? So I am creating the label. Okay, so now we have to append the every label. Okay, so we have to append the append child. Okay, we have to add the label to UL tag first. Okay, label. Okay, now we have to append the checkbox to list item. Okay, so list item dot append child, we have to add the checkbox to list item, checkbox. Okay, so now we have to write, actually we created a text node, right? actually here it is, we created the text node with the value of input. Okay, so we have to assign that input to our label tag. Okay, every label have the one text which is the input of the user, right? So I have to add that input text into the label tag. Okay, so that's why label dot append child. Okay, label dot append child, we have to write the text node. Okay, yes, we write it. So now we have to append these label tags into the LI. Okay, we have, because LI have two things, one is checkbox and another one is label, right? So here I assign the checkbox to the LI. Now we have to assign the label to LI. So that's why LI dot append child label. Okay, so we created it. Okay, now we have another doubt. Okay, so every input tag, okay, every new input where we have to insert it. Okay, every new input I have to insert the before this go to college. Okay, ante so every input must be insert before the list item 0. Okay, so that's why I have to use the ul dot insert before. Okay, there is a function called insert before the list item 0. Okay, so I am writing that insert before li comma ul dot child nodes of 0. Okay, so that what it means is we are inserting an li. Okay, we are inserting an li before the child node of 0. Okay, this is the child node 0, right? This is the child node 0. Okay, so we are inserting the li before this go to college, before the 0 item. So that's why I am write the ul dot insert before. Okay, insert before, I am inserting one li before the child node of 0. Okay, so that's what I wrote it. Okay, yeah, actually my list items has a one class. Okay, every list item has one class, right? Every list item has class name list item. So I have to write this because this is the only way to write the CSS to that list item. Okay, we have to assign those CSS. Okay, some CSS is applied these on applied on these li tags, right? So we have to apply the CSS to the newly created element also. Okay, so that's why I am creating li dot class name. Okay, so li dot class name. Okay, list item is the class name which we inserted for all the list items. Okay, yeah, save it. We are done with all the JavaScript code. Okay, so let's check. Okay, so I have to write the enter to do. Okay, so I have to write the one input. So our favorite one, buy a bread. Okay, so click on the add to do. Okay, so we got it. Okay, so this is the way we have to write it. Okay, so we got the output. We successfully added it. We successfully added a to do to our app. Okay, so if I want to remove this buy bread, okay, only buy bread, so I want to remove the only buy bread, so I checked it out and clicked on the remove. So buy bread is deleted. Okay, so if I am done with my breakfast, I checked it out and click on the remove, it automatically deleted. Okay, so this is where we can create the to do application very easily. Okay, I hope you understand and I hope you enjoyed the code. Okay, yeah, this is the script file, this is the styles. Okay, I skipped the CSS part because we are concentrating on JavaScript, right? So if I concentrate on CSS, it will take another class. Okay, yeah, This is the basic HTML, this is the style part, and this is the script part. Okay, yeah, we are done with all the changes in our application. We successfully designed a to-do application. Okay, so add and remove is successfully worked. Okay, yeah, we are done with our application. Okay, thank you.